This week's video is gonna be on burger.
Bitch, if you want a burger,
Bitch, a burger.
eat a burger. Bitch, if you want a french fry,
Bitch, a french fry.
get a french fry.
Hey guys, Angela here, and just like last week's video, today's video is on burger. And I have already done a standard burger recipe. The cards are above. We're gonna be tasting burgers that don't have burger buns, but instead use another carb to vehicle the meat in between into our mouths. We're gonna be tasting the rice burger and the ramen burger. Now, as the name implies, if you haven't heard about it, the rice burger is literally, instead of using a hamburger bun, it's gonna be 2 patties of rice that have been griddled with meat in between, and you eat it. Same thing with the ramen burger. Instead of a hamburger bun, they create a patty out of ramen. Two have fascinated me beyond belief. I've never jumped into that train right away. I saw that trend when it first began, and I was kind of like trying too hard. Like I just thought like this is too westernized. I was being so hoity-toity about the whole situation. So I decided to go to Koja Kitchen. If you don't know what Koja Kitchen is, it originally started out as a popular food truck where they was more of like a Korean fusion fair, and they were actually featured on Divers, Drive-Ins, and Dash. Is that what it's called? Drive-Ins, Dive-Ins, and whatever that show's called with the guy with the bleached hair. They were featured on that show on the Food Network, and they showed their recipe on how they made it. So this is me tasting it out. So I'm in downtown right now. We're gonna go try the rice burger at Koja Kitchen. Alright guys, here it is in all of its glory. We have the rice patty, and then inside is like this beef short rib, and then the rice is, it looks like it's fluffy on the inside, but it's crispy on the outside, as you can see. It's really hard to eat just because it's pretty wide in circumference. But the meat is really tender. It's really windy outside right now. There's a lot of people looking at me. It was a very familiar look and taste to it because it's really just rice with meat. But in this case, instead of in a platter form, just like the burrito video, it was just shaped in a bit more westernized feel. This really reminded me of the Japanese onigiri, which is just like a rice ball with meat inside with seaweed all around. I took my first bite of this rice burger, and to my surprise, again, this worked. But to be fair, the contents of this burger weren't like a typical Americanized burger where it was patty, cheese, tomatoes, pickles, and lettuce. It was actually a seasoned Korean style, I want to say short rib, bulgogi, with a fried egg. So that's why it was already like this Asian fusion food, but in a shape of a westernized food item. So it worked. It's a delicious meal. A little messy, I give it that, but I see why this is popular. I give it that. I give it the praise and the joyness that this rice burger gets. It's delicious. Now I'm curious on what a rice burger would taste like if it was like with a Big Mac filling, right? Rice is life. The next crazy burger is the ramen burger, and I don't know which burger came first. Was it the rice? Was it the ramen burger? Was it the egg? Was it the chicken? Who knows? But I couldn't find any restaurants locally to me that serves the ramen burger. So here we are gonna make the ramen burger so we can taste it and we can see what this is all about. So I was browsing the internet of different types of ramen burgers, and there's a plethora of different types of ramen burgers. And today I'm sticking more towards the Korean side of this fusion Instagrammable fare. So since the rice burger was already more of that Korean, Instagrammable fusion, trendy cuisine, we're gonna do the ramen burger more towards the Korean fare. Now ramen, granted, is a Japanese item, but Koreans also do ramen. They do instant ramen the best. Don't argue with me, it's true. Their instant ramen game is so intense. So we're gonna be using the best ramen in the market today, Shin Ramyun. And if you haven't had this ramen before, try it. It's literally the best instant ramen. It's like, it's a chili, spicy ramen. It's not too spicy, it's highly tolerable. But the flavor of this is absolutely addicting. So the recipe calls for 2 packets of ramen and 2 eggs. And so we are to cook the ramen down and make a patty out of it, cool it, and then fry it. Now there was this thing in elementary school that was going around where if you eat raw ramen, you're gonna get worms. Like, did anyone hear about this, that like you can't eat ramen raw? I mean, it's technically not raw. The noodles are flash fried before they're packaged. And honestly, I love eating my ramen raw. I guess I'll just boil it with the seasoning pack and just drain the water, and the noodles will just hold on to some of the seasoning. Now while the ramen is boiling, do you guys normally cook your ramen when you make like instant ramen? Do you cook it fully to the point where it's like a little mushy texture, or do you like to kind of undercook it a little so that has a little bit of like that al dente texture? Personally for me, I prefer the al dente texture just because I like a little bit of chew, and plus I like a little texture, especially since I'm not getting much out of the instant ramen. For this, I feel like I can't go wrong with overcooking it. Okay, now we have the ramen nice and cool. We are to just plop it into the egg mixture, I guess. And we are just to move it around. And so the egg acts as a binder. It will force the ramen to congeal into a patty. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so I made my own rings. I have cookie cutters, but I feel like they're too small for like a burger size. So I thought to take some foil and I stapled them to make my own cookie cutter, or my own mold. Okay, so I have my pan here. I'm to just place the ramen into my mold. Right? This looks right. This looks like how it should. Okay, so let's keep doing it. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. So it's really hard to see if this is ready or not. My biggest fear is when I remove the mold that it's just gonna all over the place. So I'm gonna try to flip it with the mold still intact, and oh boy. Okay, all right, oh, that worked out. Oh, it's crispy on the top. Okay, nice. Okay, I'm gonna remove the safety net now. Oh. Oh look, it stayed as a patty. Oh, look at that. It really stayed to like a patty shape. Whoa. Okay, now that we have our bun component, it's time to focus on our middle portion, the meat. If you haven't seen my burger video, I focus a lot about the 80-20 ratio. Don't know what I'm talking about? Links down below. Once you start seeing the cast iron smoke like that, it's time to use it. I've been using this cast iron for a very long time. It's well seasoned. We're gonna place our meatball like this. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna smash. Hence why it's called a smash burger. Okay, it seems like we have all of our components to make the ramen burger. And for condiments, instead of pickles, I have some kimchi. And then for our sauces, I decided to make a gochujang mayonnaise. And these are the ingredients that are in my kind of chili gochujang-y mayonnaise sauce. They're right here. So let's assemble this burger, shall we? I feel like we should put some sauce down. Yeah, I'm gonna spread that like so. We're gonna add our smash burger to it. Our fried egg, our top of the burger, that we're actually gonna spread a little bit more of this gochujang mayo sauce onto it. And we're gonna place it on top. And that, folks, is a ramen burger. Look at that egg. Look at, do you see the egg? This is it, guys. This is the ramen burger. Let's dive in. Flavors are there. The flavor of the ramen packets, the flavor of the gochujang mayo, the kimchi, the egg, the meat. It's all there. It all works. But using ramen as the vehicle to transport Flavor Town into my mouth, I'm not a fan. The rice worked because the rice is very neutral. It's very balanced, but using ramen, it is a little bit more starchier than, say, rice. Using the ramen itself as a vehicle, it's not my thing. I'm glad I tried it, but it's a pass on my book. Well, that was a mouthful, and that sure was filling. Don't forget to subscribe and like to this video if you love burgers like me, or well, just me. And next week's video, it's all about cauliflower. Can cauliflower really replace the potato, the starch of the world? Is it really the king of all vegetables? Catch you guys later. Bye.